deadline to maybe have this thing in place?
I would say that my recommendation would be that we're talking about this October, November-ish at the latest, so that we can present this to the staff and give them a period of time to think about it. And I would really like either just before Christmas vacation or the first day we're back from break, that's when their application is due. Because there's a lot for us to consider then after that, related to where we're going to head with staffing for the following year. And we're usually just about getting ready to do negotiations, and it's just sort of like, if we're going to do this, let's just get it done.
Well, if I,
This is a January timeline on it. January 10th, that was probably pretty darn close to when classes started after, maybe a week after we came back from a break then.
An employee who has 25 years of service, generally the costs as an average to the district for that person would be
45,000.
45,000.
45, 42, depending on their education or anything.
Yep.
What's the cost of a person right out of college?
23,250.
That would be the total cost to the,
No.
that would be the total.
No.
And that's not total cost either,
not
that's just
total
salary.
cost. Okay, that's
If
just
I had
salary.
an IFRS, insurance would be on top of that.
All right, just
So
to
13,
compare 45, the number to compare to 45.
23.5.
23.5.
They get paid 26 or something, but,
28
don't
and
have to
30
pay
are
that.
the new minimums.
oh, okay, so, yeah, we
But
don't.
those are state, that's different money.
The comment that I want to make in relation to this is, you talk to your sophomores, juniors, and seniors about a $23,000 to $25,000, and they look at you and stare at you and wonder,
Well, they get more money than that, though.
oh, they think I'm going to be on poverty, and how can I ever make it? You listen, you talk to them, and that's their attitude, and that's why we got the teacher situation. You got to remember that attitude.
First year teachers now make 28,000 minimum.
Yeah.
It's teacher quality money that makes up the difference between our base and the 28. And then second year on make 30 until they bump onto the scale at over 30. So that's still not wowzers, but I don't want you to think it's 23.
Anyway, the comment that I want to make in relation to that amount that we have down there is that if they continue with their insurance and they use a lump sum thing, I would hope that they can get 2 years of insurance out of this lump sum. So I would say in that round.
What you'd like to see them have is enough to get a couple years of
Enough to
insurance.
get 2 years of insurance, so that would,
Be about the longer years.
at least that, because that would take care of it.
No, wouldn't care, just,
Because that would give a lot of people thought. At least in my mind it would.
so,
Well, that amount would be less than this then, Dave, because we only pay the single.
I realize that.
Okay.
Yeah, and-
Are you saying enough to cover the single
They're
for 2
single.
years?
They're single, right.
so currently that'd be with
About
insurance of
12,
12,000?
it'd be about 12,000.
Yeah,
Okay.
somewhere in that neighborhood. That's, as I-
well, in 2001 it was for 13.5, and I think our last one, like I said, 2004, 2005 was 10.5, or I just remember being 10 or 11, I remember it wasn't 13.5.
And Wall Lake Auburn's last one was 12.5.
So we're all talking the same, they've all been the same number-ish, you know, give or take a couple thousand.
So how do we want to leave this? Come with some, for next meeting, some suggestions, or do you, any,
What you
Prior
want,
to this
what-
meeting,
one
or-
of the things you want to see is that staff list with experience
Yep.
and age. Okay, I'll bring you that.
Okay.
And I'll do that for Wall Lake Auburn, and that might help you with what that year's of experience is. We've gotten a little feedback about that dollar amount. 30 hours a week, the age range, I think that you said, yeah, and I kind of get the gist that you're thinking of having this ready to go mid to late fall so that we can give teachers time to think about it. And it'd be nice going into Christmas break if we knew who those people were going to be.
Do that.
We're probably talking a difference of 2 weeks, either it's before they, the last day of Christmas, before Christmas break, or the first day afterwards, somewhere in there.
You think, what's the amount we're talking about? 10.5? Do you think we're gonna get done with, I mean,
Haven't decided on
haven't decided. Okay, that's to be negotiated.
But that's one of the considerations, is will it be an amount that will seem like interesting to someone to consider,
Right.
is what you're asking. Here's the other thing I'll do. I'll get some info about conference schools and AEA schools.
How many, do you know or would have a guess, statewide, how many schools offer early retirement? Is that, half?
Larger
More than half? I don't have any
Larger
idea.
schools, it seems like, offer early retirement, and they always offer it. It's there, and the only thing that changes is the dollar amount over periods of time. Smaller schools tend to use it, the way we're talking about, as an incentive, rather than reducing staff. So, I don't know.
No, that's fine. Okay.
Okay, I
Any
know-
other questions on, or comments on this then?
I know what I need to get for information for the next meeting, so.
Okay.